Hello, I'm Demetra Hutchinson.
And I'm Mike Easterling. Welcome to Columbia Matters. April is an election month here in Columbia, and it's time for you to get out and vote for your village board and Columbia Council representatives.
That's right. This is your chance to decide who sits on your village board and on CA's board of directors. So it's very important to get out and vote. Our in-studio guests will provide all you need to know so that you don't miss your opportunity to have your vote counted.
All right, it sounds really great. Also, we'll get information on Dog Day Afternoon and CA's Bio-Retention Facility, which is on Homespun Drive. We'll also learn about the challenges for the new CA board and the benefits of walking day.
You know, Mike, I'm a big walker, especially this time of year, so I'm really looking forward to the upcoming WalkAlong, hosted by the Columbia Archives. It's a walking tour that explores the history and natural beauty of Columbia.
Oh, Dee, that should be a lot of fun. Now, you know that CA has Kid Space to provide a safe environment for your children while you work out, but did you know that CA also offers fitness classes tailored just for children at the fitness facilities? We sent our kids correspondent, Jalen, over to the Columbia Gym to learn more.
Columbia Association offers recess and results for kids at all three of its fitness facilities. I am here with Miss Abby Rose to find out more about recess and results. Miss Abby, what is recess and results?
Recess and Results is a nationally recognized program that teaches children healthy eating habits and fun activities.
What are the benefits of this program?
The benefits of Recess and Results is to teach children how to have fun while working out and exercising. We learn healthy eating habits and learn fun games.
What activities do the kids participate in, and how long are the sessions?
We participate in a variety of different games. We do obstacle courses, we learn how to stretch, learn healthy eating snacks, and have fun playing new games.
Who teaches the classes?
All Recess and Results classes are taught by certified fitness instructors.
Thank you, Miss Abby. I loved when my mom used to take me to Recess and Results, and I hope she signs me up again.
For more information on Recess and Results, Jalen, you can visit our Columbia Association website or visit any of our 3 Kid Space locations.
Learning healthy habits as I am now as a kid will go on with me as I grow on to be an adult. See you next time.
Thanks, Jalen. Take advantage of one of CA's most popular free community events. Dog Day Afternoon is a favorite among dog owners in the area. Kathy Marshall and her dog Bentley met up with Kelly Cooper to find out what residents can expect from this year's event.
Last year's Dog Day Afternoon was rained out, so Bentley and I are very much anticipating this year's event. Kelly Cooper, communications specialist at CA and coordinator of Dog Day Afternoon, is here to give us more information. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kathy.
For those who don't know, can you give us a brief description of Dog Day Afternoon?
Sure. It's a fun, free event for the canine-loving families of Columbia. We've got lots of entertainment plus informational demonstrations and booths from local nonprofit organizations and businesses that cater to the interests and health and happiness of your pet.
Why does CA put on this event?
Well, we call it kind of a community building event. And it's to encourage new and current residents to become involved in their community, meet their neighbors, and learn more about Columbia and its vision.
What types of vendors will be at this event?
We'll have many different types of vendors. We'll have doggy daycares like Camp Bow Wow, where we're filming at today. We'll also have pet rescues, nonprofits where you can get involved in the community volunteering with your pet, as well as veterinarians, groomers, dog sitters, a whole wide variety.
What activities are there for the dogs?
Oh, the dogs are going to have a good time. We have this open play area where the dogs can go and run around off leash in a fenced-in area, and we'll have 2 separate areas, one for the bigger dogs and one for smaller dogs, as well as contests and different activities around that the different vendors will be providing.
Now, I know this event is tailored for dog owners. What activities are there for the people?
Well, for the kids, we've got some crafts, dog-related crafts going on that's sponsored by the Columbia Arts Center. We also have for the adults, one to go around and learn about all the information and services that are provided in Columbia for dog owners, as well as get a character of their dog. We'll also have music and raffles, so that'll be fun for everyone.
Is there anything that's new for this year?
Mm-hmm.
What?
We have a doggy dash, which is, we've outlined a 1-mile walk that they can go on at any time during the event, as well as some new contests, including the owner pet lookalike contest. And this year we'll be collecting donations for the Animal Advocates of Harris County. We'll be collecting leashes, foods. We'll have a whole list on our website of things you can donate.
Tell us where and when the event will be this year.
This year's event will be Saturday, April 21st from 11 to 2 p.m. at Hopewell Park, which is located off of Snowden River Parkway.
Is there a rain date?
Oh yes, this year we definitely have a rain date. It is the following day on Sunday, April 22nd.
Well, this sounds like it'll be loads of fun. Bentley and I can hardly wait.
Oh, great.
Right, Bentley? Oh, good boy.
Thanks, Kathy and Bentley. If this is your first year voting at your village elections and you're not sure where to go, what to do, you've come to the right place. Joining us in the studio here are Oakland Mills Village Community Association Manager Sandy Cederbaum and Carol Black, Special Assistant at the Wilde Village Community Association. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
So let's get started. Tell us why it's so important to vote in the village elections.
Well, you're living in a village. There's 10 villages in Columbia, and this is grassroots politics. These are your neighbors that are serving on the village board and making decisions that impact your property, that impact the value of your house, where you're going to go swimming, even impacts the schools that your children go to. And you want to know who these people are that are helping to make these important decisions.
Okay, so it's really important that people get out and vote. Do you ever have a problem with voter turnout?
Well, Wilde Lake doesn't, because we have a lot of activist people who are very interested in what's going on. But we are having an uncontested election this year, so it's really, really important that people get out and vote so we reach a quorum.
Gotcha. So you have to have the quorum.
And there are villages, each year there's one village at least, different villages on different years that does not reach the quorum, and so then they have to hold another election. So their election isn't valid until there's a quorum. And each village has different numbers and percentages to reach it, but it's just so easy to vote. And if they knew how hard it is for the village to go through the process, we would just hope they all just vote the first time.
Are there several ways to vote? So do you have to vote at the village, or does something come in the mail or in the newspaper?
Again, we're all different villages.
Right.
Probably the 6 of the 10 villages mail a newsletter with a postage-paid return ballot. Simple thing, open it up, fill it out, and throw it in the mail, bring it up to your village office and drop it off, or you can vote on election day. Other villages have it as part of their newsletter, and King's Contrivance, they just clip it out of their newsletter and bring it into the office. We make it so simple that it sometimes astounds me that we don't get enough people to vote.
Mike, you want to ask?
I wanted to ask this for people at home. We talked about the word quorum. For folks who don't know, what is a quorum and how does it affect the election?
It's a percentage of the total number of dwelling units in each village.
Okay.
And it varies depending on the bylaws. In Wilde Lake, it's 10%, which is approximately 290 people.
Okay.
And if, as Sandy said, if you don't get the quorum, it creates more of an issue. It's not a smooth election. It has to be validated by a quorum.
So do you do something to get people out there? Are there activities at the village,
Yes.
the centers to get people out there on election day?
We're doing some unique things this year. We used to have it as dumpster day, but that is no longer available to people because they converted to bulk pickup.
That's right.
So now we're going to have, the bank is working with us. They're going to have a shredding truck. We're having the merchants come in and have a table inside where the voting is, offering samples, food samples, and all kinds of freebies. And we're also going to have the master gardeners come with a table to give information on stormwater management. So we're doing everything we can to get people, to encourage people to come in.
So people are not only voting for seats on the village board, but they're also voting for CA Board of Directors, correct?
There are a number of CA board members that are up for election, and that seat is the seat of a multi-million-dollar corporation affecting downtown development, Symphony Woods Park, Hobbits Glen, the future of the pools, the neighborhood pools. These are major, important issues that will impact you, whether you think so or not. They're going to impact everyone that resides in Columbia. It's important to know who's making those decisions.
And how big is that CA board?
There are 10, one member from each village.
Good size magazine.
Not everyone's elected annually, so there's some that
Some
are
overlap.
not.
Some overlap. Ladies, before we go, anything that we left out, we want to make sure that people know?
Yes, I do.
A lot more.
Every day, every village has their election on the same day. It's on April 21st, and even though they have different venues besides that, such as the mail-in, every village has voting tables on Election Day, April 21st.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up right there. I think we're about out of time. Thank you both for being here,
very much.
Sandy and Carol. Okay, people, now you have all the details you need, so there's no excuse not to vote. CA is very dedicated to protecting its lakes and ponds. Dennis Maddie recently spoke to CA Watershed Manager John McCoy about the benefits of CA's bioretention facility located on Homespun Drive. Let's take a look.
Bioretention plays a key role in stormwater management. With me today is John McCoy. John is the Watershed Manager for the Columbia Association. Good morning, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Now, this is a bioretention facility?
This is a bioretention facility. This portion down here is the active bioretention facility. That is the rock inlet to it with a rock forebay there by the big pipe.
Now, bioretention looks a lot like a pile of rocks.
Well, this is just the rocked entryway. The bioretention is this portion of it. That water slows down as it comes down through the rocks, filters into here, filters through this material, and then 12 inches under that, we have a drainage system which water soaks through that. You get the pollutants trapped in the soil matrix, taken up by the plants. Underneath that is a drainage system which discharges over to the concrete outlet and then into the stream.
So this is really just part of the outfall, and this is actually where bioretention takes place. Who pays for this?
We do. This is a Columbia Association. This cost $22,000, $23,000.
And this is important to the quality of watershed management for our lakes. It helps the lakes, it helps the ponds.
Right. What we're doing here is we're treating impervious surface up here. The water, the clean water that goes into this stream is going straight to Homespun Pond.
So that parking lot, the bad water from the parking lot, goes through the rocks, slows down, gets
Cleaned
captured
up
in the bioretention facility,
Right.
and then actually eventually ends up in our ponds or lakes.
Very quickly ends up in our ponds and lakes.
John, you can really see the discoloration. Is that part of the cleaning process?
Yeah. Well, it's dirt and pollutants. You can see on this one the different color there. This gray line is where all that fine silt and sediment that has come off of the parking lot into the forebay here and into the main facility, and it is settled out. Some of it's settled out on the rocks, the rest of it settles out and is filtered out by the soil matrix.
So we're able to take some of the dirty water off the parking lot, clean it up,
and
move it on down to the ponds and lakes.
Discharge it down to the pond, yes.
That's terrific. John, I can really see why bioretention is so important to the Columbia Association lakes and ponds. I mean, it really does a lot for the environment. Who built it and how much does it cost?
It cost $22,000, $23,000. We came in 25% under budget. Our capital improvements program built the facility, landscape management program planted it.
It's terrific. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, sir.
Back to you in the studio.
Hey, thanks, Dennis. The new CA Board of Directors will have several challenges ahead of them. And here to tell us more about those challenges is CA President Phil Nelson. How you doing, Phil?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Phil, got a few questions. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the first one, tell us about the CA Board of Directors. What are they really responsible for?
The Board of Directors are responsible for setting policy for the organization, and that could mean what kind of facilities we have, what kind of equipment we're going to use to get the things done, how we fit in with the county's roles that they supply. We have several hundred parcels of ground downtown, so we're going to play a major role in the redevelopment of the town center. So they're going to be looking at several different items that's going to make a difference in how Columbia functions in the future.
All right, okay. Downtown getting developed, that's great. Now, what are some of the challenges then that they will have with getting that work done?
Biggest challenge is the aging infrastructure that we have. I mean, we have some buildings now that are 40 years old, and we picked a planning period of about 2030 to 2035. And by that time, some of our facilities are going to be 70 years old, and they're going to be major makeovers, and a lot of it's going to be determined on how our population fits in with the programs that we offer and vice versa.
So that is a lot of planning. And with planning comes money.
That's right.
What kind of costs are we talking about as we look long-term, Phil?
Well, each year our operating budget is about $60 million, so you kind of think that's going to be the same way or the same pathway over it, because if people want the services that we offer, it's going to cost money. Our capital outlay is about $9.5 million a year, and when you look at a 5-year period, the new capital improvement program that we just generated is going to be about $55 million worth of expenditures over the next 5 years. When you think about, we have $180 million worth of asset value, and while depreciation is a relative accounting term, about 80 million of that's already been depreciated. So to me, it means we're going to have to start investing some money in some aging infrastructure that we have.
So Phil, why does the new board of directors, CA's new board of directors, have to worry about 2030, 2035? It seems so far, far into the future.
Well, if you look at where we are right now, we're already in the second year of the second decade of this new century.
Okay, that's one way of putting it. Mm-hmm.
And when you start thinking about all the different things that we have to do over the course of time, demographic changes are going to take place. We're going to have lots of different things, that mobility challenges. Gasoline's almost $4 a gallon now, and it's predicted to go close to $5 a gallon by the end of the year. So how do we get people to our facilities? How do we get them back home? Those different kinds of things that we're going to have to be thinking about. When you stop and think about the makeup of families, even in Columbia, the 2010 census data shows that about 60% of households in Columbia are 1- and 2-person households. So that's down about 3/4 of a person, which I don't want to be painful, but it's about 3/4 of a person less than the household statistics about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And when Columbia first started in 1970, there were like 3.6 persons per household, and now we're down to about 2.5.
Okay, that's a big change. So what role will the new CA board play in the projects that have been previously approved by the board?
We're still trying to get Symphony Woods going. We're still trying to do lakefront planning. And those are going to be, if you look at the general development plan for Howard County, those are the 2 major people places in this whole plan.
Right.
So we're going to play a big role in how we fit in with town center redevelopment, how things are working towards the future. And our board needs to be ready for that incremental planning of maybe 5, 10, 15-year period to where we can afford to do a lot of these huge projects that we're talking about.
Okay, well, it sounds like there's a lot of work to be done. So I want to know how many seats are open for election?
Out of the 10 villages, I believe we have 6 seats open.
Okay.
And elections will be this month.
Okay, sounds good. Well, whew, I'm tired, so thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, Mike, have you had a chance to get out and take a walk and enjoy some of this great weather we've been having?
Great weather, but I've been too busy in the gym spinning.
Well, you might want to mix it up a bit and take a look. Dr. Oakland shares with us some of the benefits of walking.
Let's see.
Hi, I'm Dr. Harry Oakland for Columbia Matters. This month we're talking about walking. Walking is a wonderful exercise with terrific benefits. It's low impact, it's easy to do, and easy to get started. Walking is a gentle, low impact exercise that can ease you into a higher level of fitness and health. It's a form of exercise that's accessible to just about everybody. It's safe and simple and doesn't require practice. There are many benefits of walking. Here are some of them. Walking can lower your low-density lipoprotein cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol. The lower it is, the better off you are. Walking also raises your high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, the good cholesterol. The higher it is, the more protective. Walking tends to lower your blood pressure, and it can even reduce your risk for some chronic illnesses. It helps you manage your weight by burning calories, and it improves your mood. Walking can even deflect your risk of diabetes, and if you are diabetic, it can improve your control. A recent British study found that patients with a family history of the disease who walked briskly or performed some other type of moderate vigorous activity on a routine basis improved their insulin sensitivity. This helps to control your blood sugar. Walking can even improve your immune system. And of course, the immune system is very, very closely related to cancer. And in fact, a study done by Yale researchers showed that those women who walked had a 30% improvement of their survival if diagnosed with breast cancer. Walking can even improve your cognitive ability. Italian researchers looked at 749 people suffering from memory problems in a study that measured their walking and other moderate activities, such as yard work. At the 4-year follow-up, they found that those who expended the most energy by walking had a 27% lower risk of developing dementia than those people who expended the least. Everybody's experience going for a walk makes you feel better. So start walking. It'll do wonders for your head and your body, as well as burn some calories. This has been Health with Dr. Harry Oken. I'll see you next month.
See, Mike, I told you walking was good for you.
Yeah, and I don't disagree, but I just love spinning. Spinning is the thing. Hey, thanks, Dr. Oken. CA is developing an active transportation action agenda to create a more interconnected and comprehensive bicycling and walking circulation system. To learn more about this project, log on to Columbia Association's website.
Here is an event where you can walk and learn more about Columbia. Columbia Archives will host 3 walking tours on May 12th in their first WalkAlong. Barbara Kellner gives us a preview.
History and art and the beauty of nature are all around us. You just have to know where to look. Steps away from Columbia Town Center lakefront, with its office buildings and restaurants, is the tip of Lake Kittamuckundy and a meandering stream. This is the quieter side of Town Center. Jim Rouse believed that people are affected by their environment, by nature and beauty, that they can be uplifted, made comfortable. That is one of the reasons why, from the beginning of the planning process, Columbia's Town Center was meant to capture the vitality and excitement of urban life in a setting of natural beauty. This path allows for a leisurely stroll to the residential section of Town Center known as Vantage Point. The neighborhood gets its name from the Robert Frost poem called The Vantage Point. Once in the neighborhood, you'll find history all around you. Oakland, the home of the Town Center Community Association and a major event venue, dates to the early 19th century. A marker designates the property as part of the Civil War Trail. The plaque explains that the Howard Dragoons, commanded by Captain George Gaither Jr., trained here. The militia was comprised of landed gentry from throughout Howard County and assisted in keeping the peace after the Baltimore riot in 1861. Oakland also has a place in Columbia history. It was a field office for the Columbia Planning Team, meeting space for Kittamuckundy Community Church, and the home of 2 colleges. The history of Town Center is just one of the stories that will be featured on Columbia's first WalkAlong. Venture across Route 29 on the footbridge to journey from Howard County's agrarian past to ongoing refinements of Oakland Mills Village. Or take in the neighborhood of the Birches in Wilde Lake and focus on award-winning mid-20th century residential architecture and a 19th century agricultural landmark. Join me and other knowledgeable tour guides on Saturday, May 12th. The 3 different tours are crammed with history, trivia, and maybe even a heron or eagle. For more information, go to the website columbiaarchives.org or call me at 410-715-3103. Thanks for watching. Tune in again next month as we continue to explore Columbia.
Hey, thanks, Barbara. Dee, April surely is an exciting month, isn't it?
Sure is.
And you folks at home, do not forget to save the date, May 12th, for the WalkAlong.
We will close this month's show with a 2013-14 budget planning element video. There's a lot going on in Columbia. Be a part of it.
And remember, Columbia matters. We'll see you next time. To learn more about this program or to watch past episodes, log on to columbiamatters.org.
And be sure to check us out on YouTube.
Hello, I'm Nick Mooneyhan, Director of Golf Course Maintenance. I would like to take this moment to talk to you about some possibilities of alternative uses of lesser utilized and accessed areas of our open space systems. CA maintains more than 3,500 acres of open space throughout Columbia as permanent asset for residents. Amenities include lakes, ponds, park areas, tot lots and playgrounds, basketball and tennis courts, and more than 93 miles of walking, jogging, and biking pathways. These areas range in diversity from routinely mowed turf areas, meadows, wooded park areas, successional forests, to the manicured lawns of the sport and fitness facilities and village centers. CA is exploring opportunities to reduce maintenance to routinely mowed areas without negatively impacting the surrounding residents or properties, while still allowing passive recreation and outdoor enjoyment. Creating buffer zones of tall grass around bodies of water will have a positive impact on water quality by helping to trap sediment and nutrient runoff from hard surfaces. Creating rain gardens adjacent to CA buildings can also reduce maintenance while helping to protect water quality. Reducing maintenance practices such as bi-weekly mowing is a great way that CA can be environmentally and fiscally responsible because of the associated reduction in fossil fuel usage and expenses. Reforestation is another opportunity to reduce maintenance while benefiting the environment. In fact, CA has already completed reforestation projects in Owen Brown, King's Contrivance, Dorsey Search, and Longreach. Reforesting a mowed area not only reduces fossil fuel usage, but also provides habitat diversity for wildlife. Reforesting mowed areas does not prevent people from enjoying the area, rather it offers a different, more diverse opportunity for enjoyment. Trees are also a great carbon sequester, helping to reduce CA's carbon footprint while generating oxygen. Forest habitats are much more successful at sediment and nutrient entrapment than turfgrass areas. While more than 20 acres of open space were considered as part of the comprehensive Watershed Management Plan, new sites may be good candidates for this program, and the CA team is always exploring possibilities. CA is also investigating the benefits of solar panel arrays in open space. Newer solar panels utilize GPS tracking systems to follow the sun's path. These panels are 30% more efficient than fixed panels, even if they are aligned perfectly due south. The power that is harvested can be directed into an existing facility to offset the facility's electric usage. Harvested power could also be sent right back into the grid, in which case the power company could give CA a credit. Creating our own power is not just limited to solar. Wind turbines, such as the one located on Route 108 at an apartment complex, can also provide the same opportunities to reduce our environmental impact while improving the bottom line. Imagine a combination of wind turbine and solar panels. Implementing these programs will allow CA to continue to manage the community's resources in an economical and environmentally sound manner.
Do you wish you had a say in the future of Columbia? You can by casting your vote in this year's Columbia elections. Around this time of the year, each village in Columbia holds elections to elect residents to the Columbia Village Boards and the Columbia Association Board of Directors. So head over to your local Village Community Center on Saturday, April 21st to vote. You can learn more about the elections by visiting columbiavillages.org to get your local Village Community Center's contact information.